It's about to go down. I mean, literally, the Brave Asagi is going down. Now, you know no one's gonna get really hurt. In fact, I don't think anyone even got a scratch. But I can overlook that since sending the ship crashing into the sea is so drastic. My mouth was gaping. The Brave Asagi definitely took more damage than Rayquaza, who kinda just floats it off. We've practically got everything going on this episode. There's so much heart as Liko tries to convey her Pokemon's wishes to Rayquaza. You really get a sense for what this dragon means to all of them. It has symbolism for each of them. Liko's doing this because her Pokemon's desire is to reunite with Lucius. Roy just thinks Lucius is cool, and that's valid too. Just crazy conviction in the air. Taking note of their intensity, Rayquaza accepts their challenge, and it was so tense despite knowing realistically the Voltaclers would be no match. It's pretty chivalrous in the first place for Rayquaza to give them a fair shake. Also, I say new hairstyle for Quaxley every arc. Next, give me this duck with dreads. Freed and Cap hop in, and it is so awesome and creative that Cap can use its Thunder Tornado as an assist. I'm so excited to see what else they can do with this technique. I will say, I don't think the Explorers had a great reason to leave, they just kinda dipped. It kinda makes it seem like they're a lot more willing to throw in the towel than the Voltaclers. To be fair though, if everyone was there, it would be way too crowded. This anime seldom juggles casts this big at once, and it really shows how ambitious Horizons is. Ambition really is the name of the game here. Even if Coco's far outmatched, even if they all are, they're still about to cook. They also seem pretty intelligent here, as they should be quite accustomed to Rayquaza's Draco Meteor by now. Though that doesn't make it any less destructive, causing Coco to take a plunge. In fact, Rayquaza's body count would be high if not for Ceruledge coming in for an assist. Oh, I think that was very intentional. We're so elevated by callbacks here too. Hamber's Terra Orb is not going to waste. Ceruledge has a short and sweet terrestrialization, but it seems like that's the inciting incident to spark the kid's interest in it. It also gets a chance to redeem itself from the last time Rayquaza embarrassed it. Amethio has clearly been training, doing much better by himself than probably anyone but Freed. But that attention Hog needs Lady Zard to show off too. So we get a dual terrestrialization simply out of spite. It really makes Rayquaza feel so special that everyone would be so desperate to go through all these lengths for it. Get this thing on Pokemon Go and there will be riots. Sprigatito is understandably not feeling good about their odds, but Coco seems to know how much this means to Roy. I think they're both feeding off of each other, and that passion fires it up to learn Flame Charge. This would be some crazy XP for them, huh? From Liko's group, Terapagos gives them a so Liko can't fall behind. And neither can our girl Spriggy, who charges off and we'll see for the last time. Because yo, Sprigatito went up and Florigato came down. After all these years, the 25-year curse has been broken. This main starter has evolved, and honestly, give our girls fully evolved starters. She continues the assault, and I was like, man, do something other than leaves. Although I won't be too picky because when there's a bind, Flori can use its sweet new yo-yo to unravel them. I did not know it could do that. Maybe though it's doing a bit too much. It's just everyone's giving it their all, and I think Rayquaza recognizes that. There's such a challenge that Pokemon usually don't talk, so to convey the mood relies on voices, music, and other tonal cues. And you can get the sense from all this that Rayquaza's maybe starting to respect them. I imagine though we won't see it again for a good while. The gap between them, too wide. On his way out, Liko thanks Amethio for saving them. Begrudgingly. I truly believe he didn't want to see them get seriously hurt, even if it was a knee-jerk reaction. Back at the ship, we see everyone somehow unscathed. That is a relief for sure, but it's gotta be hard for these kids to experience their first big loss. They've been working for this moment, so no wonder they're down. But Freed's actually able to offer them some comfort, reassuring them that this experience is just par for the course on a new adventure. Rayquaza may still be a dream away, but it's a budding one. I think whether you're a kid or not, it's easy to be Liko or Roy here. There is no age limit to failure. So how wonderful for them to have a group that pushes them forward. So Freed makes a suggestion that there may be another way for them to get stronger. But before we explore that, Murdoch needs to get in that kitchen. Villain meeting! Okay, so now it seems like Liko is really on their radar. Somehow she's made herself an even bigger target, possibly since their leader seems to have a grudge against Lucius. And he also has a Zygarde? I'm about to ikuze, y'all. Ha! I was hesitant to give the last episode an A, partly since I wasn't sure what was going to happen to the Brave Asagi. Honestly, I was convinced that Orla would give it 2 hammer swipes and they'd be back in business. But this is real. Rayquaza is almost like the main antagonist of the series. It's the force compelling our heroes forward, the main obstacle in their way. Horizons is also showing an unprecedented amount of Pokemon foresight. They've been so consistent with Amitheo's edgelordiness with a hint of being a decent human being. And there is no power creep for Liko or Roy, they're right where they should be. Which is just aight. But not for lack of trying, the Sprigatito evolution was great! It really felt like an evolution out of necessity. Really, with the Shipwrecked, it's a perfect opportunity to transition into a training arc. All that on top of all the episodes we have to look forward to, which will require its own video. All I can say is episodes like this will keep nearly every fan satiated. As you can imagine, giving it an A.